Houston Real Estate Radio begins in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. You are listening to Houston Real Estate Radio, and I'm your host, Shannon Register, talking with you about real estate information you can use. This is a new show, and we're glad to have you tuning in with us this Sunday. We work hard to bring you information you can use because we know everybody has a need for housing, and at some point in life, most people are going to purchase or sell real estate. When you do, you want someone you can trust who can answer your real estate questions. If you have a question, we want you to call us at 281-882-8088. And you can listen for your answers on Sundays from 1 to 3 p.m. That's when we'll answer the previous week's questions. So we'd love for you to call in. That is a voicemail line. You can call in any time of day, leave that real estate question, and we'll be happy to answer that for you. As a realtor, I see just about every stage of life, which is interesting. I see young couples buying their first home, people right out of college buying their townhomes, and then we've got the people that are retiring, your empty nesters, downsizing. We've got people that are moving into larger houses because they're having more kids. Some people just want a pool. They want to move to the house down the street that has the pool. It's really interesting. I've seen all different age groups buying and selling property, and I love real estate and I love what I do, but I had something really sad happen with me this year. For the first time, I had a seller that passed away while we had the home up for sale and during the real estate transaction, and it was very sad for me. That was the first time that's ever happened, and I've seen people going through divorces and having to sell homes because their parents have passed away and they need to sell the estate. But I've never been in the middle of a transaction when someone has passed away. And it was very difficult for the family. It really was difficult. And so today, I want to welcome to the show LaVonda Fletcher, who owns LaVonda Fletcher Insurance, because I want to talk a little bit more about mortgage life insurance, because sometimes that can really help in a situation where, the primary breadwinner passes away and, you've got this house left to pay for.
Absolutely.
So welcome to the show, LaVonda.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be here.
Well, good. We're glad to have you, and want to talk to you more about this. How do you know if you have mortgage life insurance on your mortgage?
Mortgage life insurance is actually a product that you would purchase, and so it's not something that comes in a package when you do your closing. In some cases it might, I won't say it never, but it's something that you purchase from an insurance agent, and it's a policy where it's to protect your mortgage if something were to happen to you. If a person passed away, it can, and it does, cover actually the mortgage. It covers the mortgage. And with that, again, you have to willingly purchase it.
Okay. So you know whether you've purchased this insurance or not, and hopefully your spouse knows as well and knows where the policy is. Yes. Because the mortgage lender doesn't know where the policy is, right? This is something you have to pull out and present. Okay. Mm-hmm. And is it cost effective to purchase this product?
Okay, when you're a young couple, it could be very cost effective because just like with any life insurance policy, the younger you are, then it's more economically, financially feasible for you to have it. However, when you are getting to the middle of your life, in the summer of your life, then it's a little bit more expensive. It just depends. There are some families who want just that, and the price does not matter. In some situations, with some companies, people choose it simply because of health. If you have some health issues, there are some companies out there that would allow you to purchase that, and you wouldn't have to go through so many medical hurdles.
Okay, you wouldn't have to do the screenings
yes.
to purchase the insurance.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And there's another insurance called PMI.
Yes.
And we don't want to confuse this with PMI.
Yes.
PMI is private mortgage insurance.
It is.
That covers the lender. So we want to make sure that it's not confused with the private mortgage insurance.
Mm-hmm. Which happens a lot.
Yeah. We don't want that to happen. Is there an age where you would say, at this point, you're probably not going to be able to get mortgage life insurance?
Well, it stops at 65, the offering of it.
Okay.
So sometimes there's that cost-effective or that age where some folks are in their past 45 or 50 that it's not as cost-effective.
Okay.
Because it's going to end at a period of time, and you have other options that you can use
Right.
to supply that need. You could get just a regular term life policy that would stay level throughout the period, and it would not decrease like a mortgage policy does.
Okay. All right. And tell us about what other types of insurance that you offer at your brokerage. I know LaVonda Fletcher Insurance has lots to offer.
Yes,
Tell us what you have.
Yes, we're a full-service insurance agency. We are an independent insurance agency, but we do your auto and your home, but we do your life insurance as well. We're your financial services partner, and what we like to do is help you make the most important decisions of your life. We don't leave you there. We stay connected to you. We do annual reviews in order to make sure that what happened when you were in your 20s, as you changed and your lifestyle changed in your 30s, that we also are there for you. So we hold your hand all the way through.
Okay, that's good. That's
Yes,
comforting.
yes.
Insurance can be hard to navigate through, so it's good to have someone that can do that for you
Yes.
and stick with you in the long term. Insurance is confusing for me. Knowing what policies to buy. If you could not get private mortgage insurance, what policy would you recommend? Just a term life insurance policy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because that term life insurance policy is a lot of insurance for a small amount of money over a period of time. And so a lot of families are finding that to be the best option for them because of economics. And if there's a high need, then that's available. And I would recommend that.
Okay, now if I'm refinancing my mortgage, could I get mortgage life insurance with a refi?
You could. The thing about it is when you refinance, then you'd have to actually apply again, and you would have to get a new policy. That's the thing about when you get mortgage life. If you had a term policy to satisfy that need, you would not have to reapply.
Okay, so you basically be paying for the policy again
Yes.
a second time.
Yes.
Probably not the best option.
No. And you're paying the same premium as on a mortgage life, and the actually the face value is decreasing, but you're still paying that same premium.
So do you recommend mortgage life insurance? I mean, is that a product that you think people need, or?
There are circumstances and situations I'm sure it would apply, but I will say for 95% of the time, and the things term life insurance would be a better option.
Okay, better product
Yes,
for them.
yes.
Okay. All right, and how do you know if you have enough insurance? I mean, everybody I talk to, especially homeowners, they feel like they're over-insured. How do you know if you have enough insurance or if you're over-insured?
Well, I hopefully you have a great insurance agent and a company that's helping you with that. However, it's sitting down with that person and reevaluating your circumstances and your lifestyle. What do you have out there that could possibly, with a premature death or with somebody being disabled or anything that could affect your financial status in life or where you are? If it affects you, then that could be an issue. So what we do is we look to see what's your exposure. And then look at, okay, if this happened, then what do we have in place? And if it keeps you in that same spot and keeps you in that same status and doesn't cause a financial burden on your family, then you're okay.
Okay. So the object or the goal is not to make money
No.
when someone passes.
No.
You just want to keep that same standard of living for
You've
years
got
to
it.
come.
You've got it.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And, switching gears a little bit, I want to talk about flood insurance because, there are a lot of areas in Houston that flood. Mm-hmm. And when we have homeowners that purchase a home that's in a flood area, of course, they always, they have to purchase flood insurance. But with the hurricanes we have, there are a lot of people purchasing flood insurance that don't have to have it. Do you recommend that?
What I tell my customers is it's a small price to pay for the biggest investment that you'll ever do in your life. Maximum $250,000 of coverage. That's what FEMA allows for less than $400 annually, I tell them it's a small price to pay. And I recommend that they do get flood insurance because a lot of people say, well, I'm going according to the 100-year flood plan.
Right.
Well, that's not the best thing to base your that decision on, simply because when builders come in, and this is your world, they bring dirt as well. And so they level things out, and that 100-year flood plan is blown.
Changes.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, it
and
does
so
change.
I recommend it. Even if you don't need it, I recommend it.
Okay. All right. I know a lot of our homeowners do get it. Now, if a homeowner has it and they sell their house, does the next homeowner have to get it? You know, would their new insurance company know that it had been on the home previously? Would they have to get it, or is it just their option?
They would have to get their own policy and start it over. So once it leaves one seller and goes to the next, the buyer, then they would have to purchase it.
But it wouldn't be required. It would
No,
just
no,
be
no,
whether
no, no.
they
It would
wanted
be
to or
their
not.
option and a choice. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, if our listeners would like to find out more information about you, LaVonda, tell us how we can reach you.
Oh, absolutely. You can always go to my website, LaVondaFletcher.com, or you can give us a call at 281-350-4800 or catch us on Facebook, LaVonda Fletcher Insurance Agency.
Fantastic. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. And you can always find links to LaVonda and all the other guests that we have on the show when you go to rrea.com/radio. We'll have links to all the different news and events, things that we're bringing here. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you after this.